All right, y'all. We are live. Kelly K Consulting on a Saturday morning. I got my coffee. I love this mug. Have I shared about this mug enough? This one says, actually, I can. I have another one that says, get after it. And there's one I'm desperately wanting, but it's $17 because you can only get it on Amazon now. It used to be a $5 mug. Why didn't I get it when I wanted it? That says see the good, see the good. So today, that is what I am choosing to do with our Start Smart Challenge. Start small, 4 day. We're on day 4. Can you tell I haven't drank enough coffee? Maybe I should take a sip or two and hope that we have some visitors for this one. All right. I see one view. I'd love for you to identify yourself, but it's all up to you. So, what are we doing today? Day 4. We've had a 4 day start small challenge. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. First of all, I celebrate because I've had several of you with me all 4 days. I'm super excited. And by the way, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm going to send out an email to three very special people: Erica, Sean, and Joan. All of y'all are going to get a little $10 Amazon gift card because you came on board and you fulfilled what I had asked for. And so I'm going to be sending that to you electronically in the next couple of days as my thank you for you being part of the Start Small Challenge. And what I wanted to take time to talk about today was what have we talked about for the last 4 videos? And then feel free to throw something in the comments and say, hey, I started something, I'm trying something. This is a couple questions I have. I'd like to do better. I want to applaud Joan. Joan makes some really pretty jewelry, and I've noticed that Joan has really been posting that jewelry on her Facebook page and sharing information about it. And it's really pretty stuff. If you like angels and there's some really pretty crowns and some little princess. I can see a lot of that even for little girls or princesses at heart. I know that there is another one who is working on her challenge. Um, my new friend Erica is going to be doing a rest challenge, and if Erica happens to pop on, maybe she can post the link to that. But she is going to be doing a rest challenge, and that was something I was reading this morning. There's a book called Sacred Rest by Sandra Dalton Smith. Dr. Dalton Smith was actually a guest on a podcast that I was a guest on recently, the Wove Inspiration podcast with Althea Richardson. Highly recommend. And go listen to ours. Man, we had a great conversation. I think it will inspire you. But her guest wrote a book called Sacred Rest. I'm curious, anybody else needing a little rest? You know what I've learned is there's different kinds of rest. There's physical rest, there's emotional rest, spiritual, and the one that I really identified with was mental rest. Mental rest. And so I was reading from that book this morning, and boy, it was inspirational. It was really a great reminder of what I have said all year, y'all. You steer where you stare. And my stare's been off the last couple of days, I'll be real. So today I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you being in December of 2020. I know that people that have been tuning into this challenge have had major setbacks this year, but also have had some silver linings, and you've encouraged yourself to keep on moving in certain areas and to pursue goals. And I just want to really celebrate you in that, really celebrate you in that. I want to celebrate, got to share it, that there's a lovely little stack right here. I finally got my labels done for Christmas cards, and I'm really proud of myself because the first round, if you listen to one of the previous videos, came out wrong, and I already had half of them on the envelopes. So this is where I wanted to remind you about progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. I took baby steps on this, and I've got a game plan now. for how those cards are going to get done. Oh, yeah. And can I just share a little pro tip? If you need stamps, but you don't want to go to the post office, here's a pro tip for you. Leave a note for your postal carrier and ask them for an envelope that they can leave in your mailbox for you their next round. You can actually order something simple like stamps right there with your mail carrier. And so I have a little orange envelope. I'm going to put a check in, and then the mail carrier will come by, grab that orange envelope, and replace it with the number of stamps that I've asked for. How cool is that? It saves me the trip. And so, as you think about progress over perfection, one of the things that we talked about yesterday in roadblocks and distractions was you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. And there are lots of things that you can do yourself, and then you can get help from other people that may have a strength where maybe you have a limitation. That's something I talk about a lot in coaching is we focus on our strengths and we figure out, are you ready for it? How to neutralize our limitations. We're not going to beat ourselves up. We're just going to figure out how to neutralize those limitations. Isn't that good? I heard that at a seminar a couple of years ago, and I asked the guy, I said, can I steal this? And he said, absolutely. And so I have been stealing that ever since. The other thing that I wanted to toss out to you as we're doing a little bit of celebration is imperfect action. Imperfect action. Just like I've talked about progress over perfection, sometimes the action steps we need to take need to be imperfect. You know, when I got ready this morning, I came on the live video and I realized I'm not wearing a necklace. Now, for some of you, so what, Kelly? What's the big deal? It's freaking Saturday. But for me, I wanted to look nice for you today. I wanted to present well to you. And I was not going to let me stop that little thing from moving forward and doing this video because I want to serve you. And I've reminded people I'm going to be on at noon. So I wanted to make sure to honor that commitment. So, imperfect action. Now, one of the things that I have been teasing about, and I want to talk about it today in our little celebration because I think it's going to free you. I really do. If you are a perfectionist, if you are all about analysis paralysis and you just get stuck in trying to make everything so perfect that you can't get it done because you want it perfect, here's something that I want to offer you, and it's something I have to tell myself. Are there things that you are trying to be perfect in where if maybe you just pick that's good enough, hang with me, then you can go be excellent somewhere else because you freed up your space, you freed up your mind, you freed up that margin. And I'll give you a really ridiculous example, but you might be able to relate to it. I have learned that when I have something I'm nervous about or I'm anxious about, that I will try to do something just random perfectly. I've been known to clean my bathtub in a business suit. Now, again, that may sound like complete nonsense, but I'm going to bet that you've done those things in an effort to put off that important thing that you need to get done. Can you relate to that? I have found myself doing some extra cleaning in the morning or some extra organizing. And now I'm starting to bring to my consciousness the fact that what I'm doing is I'm recognizing that I am anxious or nervous or feeling insecure about something, and I'm going to my safety net. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to my safety net. I am an excellent cleaner. I'm an excellent organizer. And so I've learned those are safety nets for me in a place when I'm feeling a little insecure. Now, why this is important is if it keeps me from doing that thing that's going to take me to the new level. One of the things that we talk about in my coaching programs is new levels, y'all, new devils. It's taking that beginner mindset again. It's recognizing when you're going to that next level, what are you going to be? You're going to be a beginner again, a beginner again. And that's hard for some of us. That is hard for some of us. So today, I want you to celebrate. I want you to celebrate. You are alive in December 2020. Enough said. I Was in a Toastmasters meeting the other day, and we always have like a joke master to somebody to tell a corny joke just to kind of ease everybody up. And somebody says, "I have a joke for you," and then we're like, "Okay, 2020," and then dead silence. And then she said, "That's the joke." And I thought, yeah, I think we can all relate. So celebrate yourself. You have survived and probably in some areas thrived during the madness of this year. I have no adjectives. So I want to celebrate you for that. There are areas that I've actually thrived in this year. I've thrived in my little home office. This is something my husband put together for me. And boy, I love it. It has allowed me some margin of not having a commute and still being able to work. I'm really thankful for that. And so it's allowed me to thrive in some areas that, in the other world are more, quite frankly, stressful. Driving in traffic stressful to me. So if I may leave you with some reminders as I close up this 4 day Start Small challenge. Hey, you don't have to quit. If there is that something that you want to get done before 2020 is over in about 3 weeks, why wait until January to start? Why wait? Let's go ahead and start knocking on a few edges. Let's take some imperfect action, accept progress over perfection. Boy, I'd much rather have progress. I love the idea of some perfection. And then that third thing, which was a little bit of a gut punch, what is that thing that can be good enough so that you can go be excellent in what really counts? Does that make sense? And you know what? This doesn't have to be business related. Is there something good enough to where you can go be excellent as a spouse? Is there something that you can do good enough and not worry about and labor over and just go into analysis paralysis so you can be excellent for your child, so you can be excellent for whatever it is that is your goal. And y'all, I'm talking to myself here. I have to remember that sometimes I got to coach myself about these things. And I want to thank you again for being part of the Start Small Challenge. I'm going to be putting in the link in the comments a link to my calendar. Here's something I want you to think about. Next year, I'm going to be doing 3 levels of coaching groups. Why groups, Kelly? Because I find that we need community. We need people to hear their stories and know that we're not alone. And it really is a phenomenal, phenomenal experience. And I keep my coaching groups to less than 8 people because you get more than 8, you can't get the personal touch. And I want you to have that. So I've got 3 levels of coaching groups starting in January. Start, next, and finish. Start is for people who are like, I really do know I've got something I want to do. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I've been thinking about it. I'm just trying to deal with some fear. It's just something that's on my brain. Start is going to be 4 weeks. The middle of that is next. Several of you have been through next, and so I'm going to invite you to finish. Yeah. Next is 5 sessions, and they're good. We do a little journey. We talk about things like echoes of the past, things such as what were you told? Did you listen or did you choose not to listen? And there's some great, great information out of that. And we start to build an action plan, and that's what Finish is all about. We work for 3 months and we're going to do an action plan and we're going to get the feeling of some finish. So start, next, and finish. I'd love for you to schedule a short discovery call with me to figure out where is the best fit for you. You may just want to begin with start and move through the whole series. You might know, yeah, I just need to finish. I just need to finish. I've got it going. It's in good. I just got to get more action steps and need to finish. That is something I do so much with my coaching clients is I think of myself as their catalyst. In the end of the day, y'all are the hero. Y'all are the hero. I just can often provide some guidance and some inspiration and help you break things down into bite-sized pieces because we all can get so overwhelmed if we look at the big, big. And so I will put in the comments a link to my calendar. Let's plan a no obligation, no charge discovery call to think about where these types of things might fit. If you like my videos, if you like the inspiration that you get from them, if you like some ideas that have started stirring in your mind, let's have a conversation. And we won't belabor it, but I want to make sure that if you've got that in your heart, if you've got that song to sing out there, or you know there is something that's just kind of swirling around. Or maybe it's just where you've got to take some new steps and get into that action plan. I'd love the opportunity to talk with you about that. I've got some great testimonials. I even have some clients that are open to receiving a phone call. So if you're like, yeah, I really want to talk to somebody who's really worked with Kelly and I want to just kind of pick their brain, I'm open to that. I want to be transparent because I'm that way. I want to know what I'm getting into. I want you to know what you're getting into. And I do have a couple of coaching clients that I think would be wonderful if you'd like to have that conversation. All right, I see some sunshine. I also see that I have lots of papers to do. So that's what I will be doing this afternoon is I've got papers to grade for a class that I teach. I love teaching and I teach an online class for my alma mater. And so I'll be grading papers furiously today. And then I've got a little holiday party that I'm looking forward to going to tonight. It's interesting. I have to share this. The event that I'm going to tonight, we're actually going to be putting together um, like these gift packages for an organization called Blue Monarch, which is a recovery program for women. And I have personally seen the results of that beautiful organization. And so we're going to be putting together some little gift baskets for the women of that program. I love this. I love that I'm going to get to go and eat food and, have some community while also doing something for someone else. That's just something I'm super excited about, to be honest with you. But again, celebrate yourself. Celebrate that you're back, you're here in December 2020. Schedule a discovery call with me. I want to encourage you to do that. Schedule that discovery call and let's have a conversation. Just let's have a conversation. If you watch these videos later and you want that distraction retraction workbook, message me with your email address. I'll make sure you get that. No charge, of course. And then for my winners, I'll be sending out your Amazon gift cards over the next couple of days. I'm grateful for you. And the last thing I want to say, because I don't think we hear it very much and enough, I believe you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I'll see you.